Hey YouTube, welcome to another celebrity birthday video, and a little brief update about me. I'm in the process of moving out of this house soon, and it's mainly because, that Washington Housing has finally accepted me and I'm at the top of the list. That means I'll finally be able to move out, and I'll be moving into an apartment. Hopefully I won't have to deal with any neighbors that would, hate me for having a YouTube channel. But yeah, I still would continue on with my YouTube channel despite that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do well for that. After all, my brother has dealt with some stuff like that when he moved out. But yeah, it doesn't really matter where I move or what my apartment would be like, but hopefully it will end up a really good one. So yeah, this video is a really good one because this is for someone who voiced a character in the Super Mario Brothers movie. So yeah, here we go. Today is April 15th, 2023, which means it's the 41st birthday for Seth Rogen. Like I said, this is more of a video for someone who voiced a character from the Super Mario Brothers movie. So this is more of a video of the stuff that he had done that was more kid-friendly. And I know a lot of those, and many of them were really cool. Others were hilarious. Like, for example, he was in Kung Fu Panda as Master Mantis, which I've heard his voice before, and he sounded really good. And I also know him as B.O.B from Monsters vs. Aliens, which he appeared in alongside Reese Witherspoon and, of course, Hugh Laurie, both of which I'm big fans of as well. I would mention a couple of things that he appeared in that weren't very kid-friendly. One of them includes this one movie that I watched years ago called This Is the End. The movie was about these celebrities who were having a huge party when something was going on around the world. A lot of the openings were happening in California, leading to the core of the earth. And that led to a lot of celebrities living in this house that was safe. But they ended up having a lot of issues. Always taking up the food and having cabin fever, which of course it wasn't good. And of course Seth was a part of one of those guest appearances as himself. And I watched it one time years ago, along with my mom and my brother when we lived in Idaho. Obviously I didn't like it. I mean, I'm not saying it was terrible. In fact, I would never say anything that was bad for someone like Seth. After all, I did read that he did swear a lot in a lot of movies. So, of course, that's to be expected with any stuff that he's done that involved swearing. In fact, I've seen a lot of movies that had swearing, including this one movie that had Seth as a cameo appearance called Step Brothers. If you haven't heard of it, think of it as a more adult version of Drake and Josh, only with the brothers not even knowing each other and their parents marrying right when they're in their 30s and their 40s. So yeah, probably the worst movie you probably wouldn't like. But for those who do not like movies like that, I don't judge. I am into a lot of movies that had actors that I'm a fan of. Like Step Brothers had John C. Reilly, whom I know as Wreck-It Ralph, and Will Ferrell, whom I know as Megamind. And one last thing before I get onto my opinion on the Super Mario Brothers movie, and a couple of facts about Seth Rogen. I know him as Pumbaa from the live-action remake of The Lion King. But I gotta say, he actually sounded really good as Pumbaa. In fact, he actually did a really good voice just to sound so much like how you would have heard the cartoon version of The Lion King, or one of my favorite shows as a kid, Timon and Pumbaa, which was probably one of the funniest movies I watched. The funniest shows, I mean, that I ever watched as a kid, because they were just full of the best humor. Those who haven't heard of it, that's understandable. But yeah, it was really funny. But of course, Seth wasn't in it. That was back when Pumbaa had his old voice actor. And now for my opinion on the movie. It was actually really amazing. I loved it. Probably one of the most amazing movies I watched out there, especially since it was a cartoon, and for the fact that it was made by the company Illumination, which was a movie company that made movies like Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, and just about a lot of movies. In fact, I watched a lot of movies that Illumination made before, and they were really good. My brother even had a DVD copy of Despicable Me 1. I never seen it 2, 3, or even Minions, or Rise of Gru. But I did hear they were really good. I've also watched a couple of reviews on the movie, as well as other Illumination films. And I also heard about some good stuff about the Mario movie, but there was also some bad parts. But there were usually ones I usually disagreed with. There's a good reason for that. Like, for example, Seth is definitely an amazing actor, especially when he voiced Donkey Kong. Really gave him the perfect voice to sound like a really tough guy. Not bad for someone like Seth, because he does look tough, but at the same time, he definitely seems the type that would also sound soft, but still tough at the same time. That's what I like about him. And now for a couple of interesting facts I heard about Seth. The first thing is that he actually is a big fan of anything made by Shigeru Miyamoto, and he even thought that if there's ever a movie about Mario, he better be in it. And lo and behold, he did get hired to be voicing Donkey Kong, which I thought, wow, you're quite lucky. In fact, he's also a fan of games like The Legend of Zelda, and he even has a cute little dog named Zelda. He revealed that during Nintendo's Direct for the second trailer of the Mario movie, and his dog looks so cute. Definitely a really adorable dog. I bet even his wife was thinking that too. So yeah, that's a couple of facts that I know about Seth. So Seth Rogen, I hope you have a great birthday and a great day, and have a good time with your friends and family. And hopefully there will be either a Super Mario Brothers movie sequel, or maybe a movie about Donkey Kong. And maybe you would appear in it. But yeah, that would be awesome. So happy birthday. And this is probably one of my favorite lines from Donkey Kong in the movie. Ah! You got the cat bags! Oh my! I'm sorry. Okay, now you die.